So I wanted to start off by talking to you guys about your calculus projects that you have to do next, and give you guys some kind of details about those. And so here I'm sharing the screen with you so that you guys can see, just kind of the information that I already gave to you guys as I talk about it. So the report has to be 2 pages. And when I say 2 pages, I say that very lightly. It should be more than 1 page, and hopefully doesn't go onto a 3rd page. So not too long, but not too short. So that's the idea with that. Make sure your report includes the questions that you ask at the end. The questions are usually something I include on a final exam. We're just going to do a Kahoot at the end. And make sure your questions are also multiple choice, which is not how I normally do it, but because I'll be doing a Kahoot, I would like the multiple choice options. Make sure you tell me what the correct answer is, just in case I don't know. And then make sure your report also includes works cited. Okay, so that's the report. And I don't have like a minimum amount of works cited that you have to have. It can be books, it can be just online resources, but just tell me where you're getting your information from. And then in terms of the topics, I'm going to walk around my classroom and kind of show you guys the posters that are around my classroom to give you guys ideas of other things that people have done in the past. And then let's see. The presentation, I actually changed this. I don't remember what it said at first, but I changed it to be 2 to 5 minutes. Usually they're 5 to 7 minutes, but I don't want you guys to worry about it having to stretch it out and be long enough. So, a minimum of 2 minutes, and that 2 minutes includes telling everybody what your questions are. And then a maximum of 5 minutes. If it goes over 5 minutes by a little bit, it's okay, but you just have to keep in mind that everybody is going to be watching each other's, because you have to watch them to know what's going to be in the Kahoot at the end. The longer they are, then the more that is that people have to watch. So try to keep them brief. I encourage you guys to do it with a partner. I know that's a little bit tricky because you can't be in the same place, but you guys can certainly work together online in a Zoom or whatever. But you don't have to. You can do your own, and it may depend on what you want your topic to be, and maybe you don't want to do the same topic as somebody else, and that's okay. But if you do it with a partner, you have to have a poster. So we'll have to coordinate bringing those posters into school. But when you do it with a partner, you'll see part of the rubric down here is the jobs divided fairly. And so, in the presentation part, if you are one person maybe makes the poster and the other one does the actual presentation or something along those lines. You can kind of divide the jobs however you want, but that was kind of my idea of how, one person could do the poster, the other one can do the presentation. You guys could also both present and both have contributions to the poster, but obviously it's going to be one person that actually puts the poster together if you guys do that. Let's see. In terms of recording the presentations, you can use any kind of platform you want. You can do, you can do it however it is that you did your senior project. You can do it with a slideshow. You don't have to use a slideshow. If you have a poster, you could just have the poster up the whole time and just be kind of referencing different parts of the poster. If you would like to, we could record during a Zoom. We could schedule a Zoom where you record it. And so I can give you the share screen capabilities. And I think that would be a pretty good way to do it. So you can, reach out to me and we can talk about however you want to do it. But those are my ideas in terms of how to do the recording. I know you guys have all had some experience with that because of senior projects and whatnot. But anyway, yeah, I'm happy to help with the Zoom thing if you want to do it like that. Let's see. So there are 26 people in the class, and Chris Hayner is also going to do one. He's the BC student, the one, BC student, but I'm going to have him do one also. So that's 27 presentations that there could be. So the more of you that pair up to do them together, that's fewer presentations everybody will have to watch. So you guys can kind of take that as you would like. And then, like I said, our final meeting, and I'm not sure when that's going to be, because I don't know if we're going to be able to meet on Wednesdays during final exam week, which would be like the day before graduation. You like the way I air quote that? We will have a Kahoot whenever our final meeting is, and I will give extra credit for whoever wins, and maybe I'll do something where the top person gets more extra credit, second place gets some, and third place gets some, or something like that too, just to kind of encourage you guys to make sure you're watching each other's presentations. So anyway, that's my idea with that. Want to remind you guys that your topics are due to me by this Friday. So I did post a question in Google Classroom, and that's where I would like you guys to post your topic. I may end up putting together a spreadsheet that shows, like who's doing what topic and if they're working with a partner for everybody to see, so that you guys can see what other people's topics are. I think that kind of helps sometimes for people to come up with topics. The paper will be due a week from this Friday, so on May 22nd. And then I would like the presentations done no later than Wednesday, May 27th. And there is talk that seniors will be turning in materials, like your textbooks and your library books. If you have borrowed a Chromebook or a hotspot from school, that you'll have to return those on like May 22nd or the following Monday, but then that means people don't have stuff. So I think they're trying to work out the details of that still. And so anyway, I'm going to take you guys on a field trip around my classroom now. So this could get interesting. You guys all see me nice and big, right? Hopefully, and if not, you might want to pin me so that you can see me. Okay, so there's the calculators. That's not very exciting. So black holes, that was one that, if you do a poster, put your name on the front for me so that I can look and go, oh, okay, well, this one was done by Ella Griffith and Kayla Holdren a few years ago, Math Through Dance, so that's kind of fun. This was a mathematician, Blaise Pascal, done by James Hansen and Alice Jaffe. That was probably 10 years ago. Moving expenses was one that a couple people did a couple years ago. The swim equation, I think that was, Johnny Panino and Natalie, I never know how to pronounce her last name. Is it Mylan or, and so they did that one last year. And so any kind of sport that you're interested in, you could look at the math behind it, the math behind origami, Aztec calendar, magic squares. That's kind of just a fun mathy thing. Michael Franceschi and Rebecca Manny, that was a long time ago. Michael Franceschi is one of the Forestville Fire Department guys now. Mathematician behind the fundamental theorem of calculus. And so there's kind of an interesting story behind the history of calculus and who invented calculus. So that's kind of a fun one to do. There's MC Escher. He's got some neat mathy art kind of stuff. L'Hopital. There's math and cycling. I don't know if you can see that. So it talks about just like the frame of the bike and the gyroscopic effect of the wheels. And there's Leibniz, one of the founders of calculus. Somebody did the math behind CAT scans because that was something that they were interested in going into. Rubik's Cube. I think you can see that okay. Let's see, I don't know, this one's down kind of low. Can you see that? The infinite void, so zero, and then this is when the volleyball team won the state championships back in 2000. Rockets, the golden ratio, math and hurdles, long jump, truly means, so this is talking about statistics kind of stuff. Horsepower and torque, weight distribution of a discus. Can you see that one okay? There's surfing. The millennium problems. I'd never heard of that before. That was kind of fun to hear about last year. Fractals is always something interesting. That's something people have done in the past, but not recently. Engineering. So that's something I want to talk a little bit about. What's the point? So just like kind of how math is used. Math and music. Pythagoras, so another mathematician. There's the Fibonacci sequence in music, and then math behind birth control. That one actually had condoms on it that I made them take off, and I wouldn't hang that in my classroom. So math and engineering, I wanted to talk about that a little bit just because I think if you're not sure what you want to do still, it might be interesting to pick a topic that is related to what you're interested in studying in college or what career you're interested in going into. And so, you know, if you're interested in something like biomedical engineering or something along those lines, maybe you look at the college you're going to, you look at the math courses that you're required to take, and you kind of talk to us about that and what is involved in those different math courses and that kind of thing. So that might be something to do as well. So you can keep that in mind. So that's my spiel for today. I'm going to open this up to questions if anybody has any questions now at this point. Christine.
So do we only need 4 questions or 7 questions?
You need 3 questions.
Only 3?
Mm-hmm. With multiple choice responses. So 4 multiple choice responses for each question.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
and the questions should be just information that you give in your presentation. You know, so if you did long jump in math and you talked about what the longest long jump in the history of the world is or something like that, you could say, who did the longest long jump, or how long was the longest long jump? And
Okay.
so just something that you talked about in your presentation. And it's just designed to be kind of a quiz for people to make sure they are paying attention. Is the idea.
Okay. And only a poster if you have a partner, right?
Right, you only have to do the poster if you have a partner. But keep in mind, I love decorating my room with posters, and so you could make me a poster even if you don't have a partner, because it's a way for me to go, oh, there's Christine Wong, you know, 5 or 10 years later, because your poster's still hanging on my wall. So it's kind of fun, and I enjoy getting to do that.
Okay.
So, anybody else have questions on the presentation or anything else? All right. Well, it's a quick, short, sweet meeting today. No calculus homework this week. Yay. But just a reminder, let's see, I think all of you guys filled out my survey, but anybody that hasn't done the survey yet, make sure you get online and do that as soon as possible, hopefully today if you haven't done it already. And then just another reminder that your topic is due to me by Friday, and you can just respond in the Google Classroom question that I posted this morning. I'll bring that back up to the top, so that's something that you see and do first thing, as soon as you know. And if you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to ask. Is it okay if I do this topic? I need some help thinking of ideas. I'm happy to kind of talk you through that. So, and that's it. Have a good day, everybody.
Bye, Miss Grassel.
Bye. Congratulations
Bye,
on being done with the AP exam.
Bye, Miss Grassel.
Bye.